Right, our racers are ready. And we are off.
Got air first. There
Prodigy
it is.
doing the air first. All right, let's go.
Let's see how this works.
He's praying for no fat fans.
The idea here, the theory on this, is that if you go air first and have a fast stage and get an item, like item 1, that is the fastest route.
He has managed to find Metroids, which could be worse. I would say could be worse.
Yep, always could be worse. Oh, good job spotting that Metroid behind that cloud.
Looks like we've got StuffnThings audio for this race, and we've got some, I believe this is a Flame Mammoth stage music.
I think you're right.
Very, very nice. Prodigy coming onto the second half of air stage here. Again, praying for nothing crazy.
Oh, Prodigy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jumps into the Met, and the Met says no. And pushes him right into that pit. Fraught with pits.
Stuff with these atomic chickens. Ugh. And they're not so bad in Flash stage, but yeah, they can be a real problem.
So if I had to say, oh gosh, the Mets are Buster immune, which is just lovely.
Right? And these these
Go ahead.
Go for it. Oh, I was gonna say these propeller heads might as well be Buster immune.
Exactly. So if I had to say, I would say Stuff is taking a little bit of an early lead here.
Yeah, I think the real gamble here is, does Prodigy get an item? Oh, Stuff did.
Item 2. Now that's a useful item for air stage. Crashman, once again, being a little bit dumb.
Crashman's not having a good day.
StuffnThings experiencing PTSD right now with the iced stage music from Mega Man 1.
It looks like the gamble didn't pay off very well because no item.
Yeah, no item in air.
But he will get item 2 now for going to Flash, and we'll see what Quick holds.
Oh my gosh, these drills here seem to be pretty hard to kill with Buster. So StuffnThings not having a good time.
This is not a good Buster only seed so far.
I like it. I like a not good Buster only seed.
Yeah, it forces our runners to get creative with their items and their weapons.
Generally, if you play on normal, which is equivalent to difficult mode, you really have to be creative with your weapons because everything is harder. Just everything is harder.
Yeah, and the health drops are much more rare, so you really have to do what you can to save health.
Prodigy opting to skip getting that E-Tank. I think Stuff also opted to skip it or got hit by the atomic chicken. Prodigy going for these swag doors. So, of course, Flash stage having ice physics, you can simply turn around and glide into the door facing backwards.
Simply turn around at exactly the right time.
Simple.
Yeah. Airman posing no problem to either of our runners. Bubble has a fun little AI glitch where if he is on a different level than you, he won't move until you come to his level.
Can be a frustrating AI feature.
Oh, item 1 was in quick stage.
Indeed. So Prodigy is going to end up getting his item 1 and his item 2. StuffnThings with item 1 and item 2 going to Bubble. I would use item 2 in the beginning here and risk.
Yep.
StuffnThings is not.
He might be saving it for the second half of the stage, the very end.
I was about to say he might be saving it for the second half. Totally a thing.
Prodigy skipping the E-Tank in quick. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. He did not get the E-Tank in Flash either, so he actually doesn't have an E-Tanks. I'm a little surprised. Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna opt to get that health drop though.
Yeah. One thing I like about getting the E-Tank in Flash or
no,
Quick...
Stuff needs to be really careful here. This shrimp is not a very friendly shrimp.
It'll just keep falling.
Yeah, whenever you see shrimp in that screen, I'm always just afraid, because if they hit you in the middle of trying to attempt that zip, you get knocked down, and you cannot do the zip unless you have a good item 1.
Yep. I have noticed, though, that if their AI is, like, they haven't... I don't know what to call it. They haven't done their wiggle in a while, and you're below them, they will sink until they get close to you before they wiggle again.
So you were right. Stuff actually, he needs to face backwards. He should face back. Oh, never mind. The birds are staying low. Yeah. I would have faced backwards on that item, too, just so the birds spawn behind me instead of in front of me. But luckily for him, the birds were all spawning very low.
This is cool. We get to see the relative time difference of fighting different bosses in the randomizer.
Right.
Because they started their fight at the same time, but Wood is a slow fight.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the birds in Mega Man 2 will spawn in the same direction that Mega Man is facing, so you can manipulate them.
Okay, so now Prodigy has 2 items, Stuff has 2 items, so they both need item 3 still. Interesting.
Yeah, Stuff has item 1. I think he's going to try it here. He's got item 1 and 2, which is pretty optimal for Metal Stage. So we'll see if this item 1 is actually useful. Stuff smartly getting that E-Tank.
Oh,
and it is a stationary. What did I say? I called it. I called it. Stationary item 1. So we might see that stationary item 1 zip from Prodigy in Wood Stage if he doesn't get the item 3 before Wood. If Wood Stage has the item 3, I mean.
So Stuff looking for a quick way to kill these atomic chickens, and it's not exactly quick boomerang, but seems to be better than Buster.
Looks like Stuff also, again, going to be suffering from PTSD with more Mega Man 1 music. We have Gut Stage music here.
Yeah, that's right. For those of you who don't know, Squid and Stuff have raced Mega Man 1 for quite a while.
Many a times.
A few.
StuffnThings is going to be... Oh, I'm actually surprised. I thought he'd be switching to item 2. You can actually get past these Metroids in the second half of Metal with item 2. So I'm a little surprised he didn't switch to item 2 here.
Yeah, maybe he forgot he has it.
Playing it a little safe? I don't think he forgot he has it, because he used it in Bubble Stage, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, the most dangerous thing, I think, in this stage is not necessarily the Metroids, but crabs actually can be worse in the second half of Metal. Nobody wants crabs.
No, this isn't Buster only. We were just sort of talking about how a previous match was Buster only. Someone in chat.
Right. Yesterday, LD Creed faced off against Kamasenin. Kamasenin, a very renowned Buster-only player of Mega Man games, and they made a gentleman's agreement to play their randomizer matches all Buster-only. So, yeah.
Supercharged heat again.
I was wondering if StuffnThings would try the heat, but it uses a lot of energy.
It really does.
Using a ton of energy. It's 4 pellets, or 4 pellets per shot. So, yeah, you don't get a lot.
Yeah, and it ends up slowing you down because the chickens will drop a lot of ammo, and you grab it to keep killing them, and it kind of adds up.
StuffnThings going through Wood Stage here to Cossack 3-4 music from Mega Man 4.
Chill beats to fight RoboMasters too.
I'm actually surprised. This seed has had pretty much all Mega Man and Mega Man X music, so we're getting a very interesting seed in terms of the music selection.
That's right.
Prodigy using the item too. See, he can go right over all these Metroids. So this is why I was a little surprised StuffnThings didn't do this.
Stuff for going the zip again. I don't blame him.
Yes, I agree. Oh, Prodigy, I think, getting fooled by the flash stopper menu, or the menu letters here. I don't think he intended to use flash stopper here. And this is why good wood can be beneficial, because all this lag, all these enemies you have to kind of fight in the treehouse part of wood stage.
Yeah, or worse yet, getting knocked into the pit.
Fraught.
Fraught with lag.
Prodigy can only take two more hits. I think he can take 2 hits from quick here. So he's got to be very careful. Okay, making it out.
Stuff opting not to use item 2 again. That's interesting.
Well, he saw fanboys, I think, at first, so he might that might actually be one of the reasons there.
I guess I only saw the bats. I didn't know there were fanboys there. Yep, that could be a problem.
Prodigy entering Crash stage. I think he's going to try this item 1-zip in Crash. This is going to be interesting, because I am sure StuffnThings is not going to be going for this, so we'll see if Prodigy can pull this off.
Oh, he gets it.
Wow, first try, too.
It's amazing.
That is pretty amazing. That is a...
No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, that is a huge benefit for Prodigy here, being able to do the stationary item 1-zip in Crash stage.
It really is. On the other hand, if Stuff uses his items in this stage, he'll save time relative to Prodigy.
Right, especially since a lot of the enemies in the second half of the stage are really not friendly with the Buster, so...
Stuff not certain about his jump across that tight gap, and use that pause buffer we've been talking about to extend his jump.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's a very smart thing to do. Experienced runners of this will know that, you know, sometimes, you know, an enemy can be there that you just weren't expecting, and can just push you into that pit.
Yep. You never... No one expects the Vanish Inquisition.
So Prodigy using Leaf Shield to get past these really annoying shrimp. Let's see if Stuff decides to use item 2. He is not. He is opting to skip the item 2. I'm a little surprised. Again.
Yeah. It really feels like he forgot he had it.
Yeah, I think he. Now that you're now that you've mentioned it and it's been 2 stages, I think he might have forgot he has it. He used it in bubble, but he didn't use it in metal, and he's not using it in air. So yeah, I am a little surprised.
Decided to retire the item 2.
Yeah, item 2. It's useless. We don't need it. Prodigy once again going for the extra life here at the end of Crash stage, playing it safe.
Yeah, he knows a vertical zip in that screen that would have got him to that extra life faster. I'm surprised he didn't use it. We've got a tips and tricks channel on our tournament Discord, and people like to share little things that they've come up with, and Prodigy one day shared a vertical zip in Crash to get that item 1. So that's why I'm surprised we didn't see it.
This is Toxic Seahorse, so we are still going with the Mega Man music.
I'm not going to complain.
This is quite amazing. I'm really liking the music in this seed. StuffnThings not going to be going for that stationary item 1-zip, so you're going to see the entire Crash climb. But he has got a lot of items, so no big... And I think Prodigy is opting to go to Wood Stage now because he still doesn't have item 3. And this might be the best bet for him. Heat Stage, getting past the second screen there, it's the barrier screen with heat in heat is much easier when you have item 3.
Yeah. You know, one thing I really enjoy about watching people play the randomizer is people have very different strategies, and they can still get comparable finish times. You know, somebody might go for all zips, somebody might go for no zips, you know, somebody might play Buster only, and we'll still see competitive matches.
All right, let's see this item 1-zip that I've heard so many things. Oh, wait, he does have item 3. I guess we must have missed that. I'm gonna leer over at Charlie Boy.
Charlie Boy is our wonderful tracker tonight. If you notice anything wrong with the tracker, it's Charlie Boy's fault. I mean, he's doing a wonderful job. Prodigy having a little bit of trouble with that setup, but he gets it. I think he could have used Quick Boomerang, but he opted to do it Buster only.
And our last stage for both of our runners is going to be Heat. So I think Prodigy has a slight edge here. Executes the good wood. And yes, StuffnThings doing the same thing Prodigy did, use the Leaf Shield to get past these really annoying shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp are one of these enemies the randomizer will throw at you, and sometimes it gives you a single shrimp, and sometimes it gives you a shrimp spawner. And when it gives you a spawner, it's never a good day, and that's in fact what it's done here. Yeah,
so those that crash dip and that good wood really did manage to pull Prodigy back into the lead, even with that death early. Still a race though. StuffnThings is coming up to his 7th boss, so we will see what happens.
Yep. Yeah, the lead's not very big yet. It's not cemented. Prodigy with some very technical jumping there to get around that Metroid and keep his forward progress.
I do not believe this is a Mega Man music in Heat Stage. I'm very disappointed. Prodigy actually, unfortunately, when he missed that first item 3, it put him on the ladder facing the other direction. And so he tried it again, but realizing that the item 3 was going in the wrong direction, or on the wrong side rather, and it disappearing immediately, means that he had to try a couple more times before getting that zip, but does execute it, and using his item 2 to get across.
I was actually worried about his item 2 placement. It looked like it could have despawned on the pillar that has the 1-up.
Right, yeah, if you put it too low, it might look like it's going to make it, but it will actually despawn, which is, obviously you don't want that to happen. Prodigy going for some swag zip. Wait. That was weird.
Oh, it works out. Okay.
Yeah,
I was worried about a soft lock situation. Oh. Interesting. He was in the wall, but he could fire. A lot of times when you're in the wall, you can't fire.
I'm not sure what's happened here. I think he's actually zipped past the stage, past the screen, so he's actually in the boss. It thinks he's in the boss chamber, but he's one screen beyond the boss chamber, and so the only way he can hit Heat man here is to fire from the very left side of the screen.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting situation he's gotten into.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where that's gonna place him. I actually don't know what happens when you beat the boss one screen outside of that, but maybe he's okay.
Pretty fast 8 robo time, I have to say.
Yeah.
So just a hair over 18 minutes.
I think he also, once again, managed to kill his timer in one of the Robot Master stages. And yeah, just over 18 minutes, Robot Masters. Pretty good.
So, any dragon predictions?
Man, you know what? Hot Pink. It's
really you don't say.
Really popular. But this time I'm gonna say the dragon's gonna be weak to Quick Boomerang, and let's say Air Shooter.
Air Shooter. So color-wise, I'm gonna go with a yellow dragon, and I'm gonna go with Crash because it wasn't Crash last time, so I feel like I should use that again. Unless it's, weak to top spin or something.
And StuffnThings just behind Prodigy. They were on the same screen for a few seconds there. I think there's only about a 20 to 25 second difference between them. StuffnThings opting once again not to use the item 2 there. Prodigy using the item 2 to get across this part. So Prodigy will have to refill his item 2 again to make it cross the... Oh gosh. I was worried about his item 1 placement there. He will have to use item, or he will have to refill his item 2 in Wily 2 to make it across the spike pit. Stuff conserving his item 3.
Yeah, I think we touched on this a little bit in the last race, but there's definitely a strategy to... Prodigy!
Oh, Prodigy misses a jump. I don't know what happened there, but
Prodigy's
this puts
no longer
Stuff
in
into
the
the
lead.
lead. He is refilling his item 2 right now.
So what I was going to say a second ago is because you don't get any ammo refill between the Wily stages, and because refilling takes time, you have to grab the refill, and the refill itself takes time. There's definitely a balance between, you know, using weapons and items to go fast and saving them so that you don't have to refill them.
Right. I honestly, if I were Prodigy, I might have refilled my item 1 because you use 6 item 1s to get up the ladder there. You might want to have item 1 for some other parts of the castle stages.
That's right.
So I would have refilled my item 1 and then done the item 2s in Wily 2, but he might just be thinking he doesn't need item 1s.
Is it?
And it looks like it's Leaf Shield. The Leaf Shield is black, so you can't see it against the background.
This is a challenging fight. Stuff manages it very well, but
yeah,
that's a difficult situation to deal with.
Whew. Yes, and it looks like neither Quick Boomerang or Air Shooter worked, so I am wrong on all accounts. Although there's a little bit of pink there, so I'm going to call that a win.
It's the pink highlights. Wait,
Still hunting.
so he found a weakness, but he didn't like it.
He doesn't like to. He's not liking to use Atomic Heat. I think he wants to keep that, and so he did find Leaf Shield as his secondary weakness.
So it'll be interesting what he has to do in Wily 2, because he's got to use the 2 refills in the start of the stage for item 2 to get across the gap.
Yes.
And it'll be interesting if he uses like the little refills that Stuff's at for item 1, or if he skips them.
StuffnThings, I think, might be trying the... I don't know if he's going to be trying the barriers, but I think he will. Oh, no, he's going right past them. Wow.
He's going all out fast.
Ooh, Prodigy narrowly escaping a nice little carrot that rabbit wanted to give him. Those enemies that can shoot you right there, Sniper Joes, rabbits, very annoying because if, if they hit you, you can just fall into those spikes and, well, your day is ruined. Prodigy also going right past the crash barriers. Neither of our runners know the weakness, so this is going to be an interesting blue beam fight.
Yeah, so... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Stuff being at 4 E-tanks was pointed out by chat, so maybe that's why he didn't want to even check the barrier weakness.
Yep. It still can be beneficial to learn the barrier weakness before you get to the Wily 4 boss fight, because the Wily 4 boss fight is very laggy until you destroy a bunch of the barriers. So if you know ahead of time what you need to use and you're not fishing, it can be slower to fish in that room, I guess is all I'm trying to say.
Right. There's a lot of lag management that happens in Mega Man 2.
Yep. Buster Beat Pico, though, is always a welcome sight when you're running.
Oh, yeah. Buster Beat Pico is so comfy. There should be a Buster Beat Comfy Pico emote somewhere because super comfy.
I don't know what that would look like, but you're right.
Of course I'm right. Oh, Prodigy taking 2 hits from that Pico. He's got to be very careful lest he wants to start this stage over from the midway point.
So far, Wily 3 been a little evil with shrimp generators.
I think this entire seed has been kind of evil with shrimp generators, but this is
a little bit. Prodigy doing a really good job on the second half of that fight.
I've got an idea for this emote. It's gonna be a Pico hugging a lemon.
Oh.
Somebody make that right now.
Copyright Squidman.
Yeah. That too.
Prodigy, I think, pause buffering there because he wasn't sure what he was going to find.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about the randomizer is that when you jump into the water, the animation counts as a weapon on screen, I guess. And so you can't pause while the water splash animation is on screen. And also, interesting about the randomizer is that the splash animation can be corrupted, and the corrupted splash image can basically have elements of the enemies you're going to find on that screen. So you can do what Daggett likes to call read the tea leaves to find out what enemy is on that screen.
I have to say, I approve of this Buster Week Barbie Gutsman.
So I said hot pink for the dragon. I meant guts. I really meant guts.
Yeah. That's right. You called the guts color.
Yeah.
Like we usually do, like tradition.
Yep. Of course. So, StuffnThings not doing any of the zips in this stage either. So Prodigy might make up some time here on stuff. So we're gonna see I think we're gonna see a very close race.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but it could happen. This could easily go to round 3.
Yeah, we might be doing. I mean, I think everybody likes Extra Mega Man 2.
Oh yeah. And the people that don't count.
All right, so Prodigy is executing this nice little vertical zip.
Yeah, so that's a time save relative to Squid or Stuff. Too many S names.
And a Squid. It's okay. It's all around time save. Don't let the commentators win. I'm actually curious as to whether Prodigy's going to go for the zip into the Boobium room, because that also might be a time save if he can execute it really well.
Yeah, I bet he'll attempt it.
He does have full item 3, so I think you're right. I think he will attempt it. Ooh, Prodigy discovering that those shot boys are immune to Metal Blade.
Yeah, that's actually a situation where I would have gone for it with item 2. You can make it across there. Oh, he used the wrong item. Oh no, he got screwed by so
no.
When the elevator and the item overlap, the game gets confused about which one Mega Man should be on, and so he was happily standing on the correct one, and then the game was like, "Oh, you want to be in the other one, right?" And it despawned. So.
Yes, I have actually had this happen to me as well. I am hyper aware of this because of the fact that it's killed me more than once. Ashamed to say.
Yeah.
StuffnThings hunting for the item or the crash barrier weakness. I'm not sure if he's gone for everything. Heat. I think it's heat.
Oh, it's wood.
Oh, it's wood. Oh, he didn't try wood because he tried it on the boop.
Oh, please,
and
please
Prodigy once again falling into the spikes. It's this. Oh my gosh. He has to start this entire stage from the beginning. This is really unfortunate. So I think at this point, it's kind of Stuff's game to lose.
I think so.
So yeah, when you're playing at this level, game over. That is not an easy thing to recover from.
Yeah, and Stuff doing a good job on that fight. It took him a while to do the fishing part, but once he figured it out, he handled the fight really well.
Well, we got some really happy music here in the refight.
Right? It's one of my favorite Mega Man 2 songs.
One of my favorite improvements to the randomizer over the Mega Man 2 vanilla is that the stage music, has been modified to continue playing throughout the entire stage instead of changing to the boss music when you enter each one of the teleporters. So we get to hear uninterrupted stage music.
Right. Yeah, I think that is a nice change.
Alright, here we go. Prodigy is trying to zip into the Boobium fight.
Got to carefully wiggle in, and he gets it.
Yeah, now that would have been a great time save. Sorry, that would have been a great time save had he not actually ended up game overing.
So he had to be careful exiting that zip. If you go too far, you well, I guess you can still die, but you get into a situation where you have to kill yourself and go from the checkpoint again.
So StuffnThings having 3 Robot Master refights left. Prodigy needs to take an E-Tank.
Yeah.
I was worried there for a second because the crash bomb animation was still on screen, which would not allow him to actually menu. That has killed many a players, even experienced runners.
Yeah. Especially in the randomizer where when you don't know how long the crash animation is going to last.
Prodigy using this long-distance air shooter to his advantage, taking out those boo beams from all the way across the screen.
Yeah, I was really blown away by that.
And Daggett has now been kicked from commentary. It's just going to be me for the remainder of these matches.
This is a pun-free zone.
Pun-free zone, broke the cardinal rule.
We got to keep it family-friendly, and that means no puns.
Once again, the machine being Buster weak.
That's right.
Boring. Boring week. I want to see some weapon hunting on the machine.
Oh, Prodigy's he's down. He's on his last E-Tank, which means he doesn't want to use it. So he's doing risky strats here to farm health instead of taking the E-Tank.
Yeah, he's only got the one. He had to use the second to last one on the boo beam fight, which was smart. You don't want to restart that.
Nope. Will we see a zip from Stuff?
We will not. StuffnThings does not do the zip.
Oh, this is stationary, isn't it? I forgot about that.
Oh, yes, it is
Stationary.
item 1, but even if it weren't stationary, I know Stuff does not do the item 1 zip into the alien's chamber, so.
Prodigy, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh!
Prodigy. Oh my gosh.
That was pretty scary. Pay no attention to the tracker, it seems to be kind of broken. Leering again at Charlie Boy. Oh wait, it works!
It works. It doesn't work. Who knows?
Yeah, you can see just how slow these refights are when you have to pick up all the health. Oh, once again, Metal Blade! Wow.
GG StuffnThings.
GG. So it looks like we're going to a race 3, everybody. How does chat feel? How does chat feel about our 3rd race tonight?
That gives him an official SRL time of 32:22. Quite a nice time.
Very, very respectable time. I'm really regretting not making popcorn.
Right? You could hear us doing commentary and going, we're gonna just play. That's a simulation of what it would sound like if we had remembered to get popcorn.
Sounded like I was right there with you eating that popcorn. I wonder if Prodigy's just gonna go ahead and do a page 2 gambit.
It would certainly pay off. So another change in the randomizer, you might notice Wily 6 having music. Normally that stage has no music.
Not doing the patented page 2 gambit.
Yeah, not everybody wants to pay royalties. GG, Prodigy.
I don't know about you, but I always like a race 3, so...
Oh, yeah.
We are gonna get this going. All right, even more stationary item ones, right?
Yeah. That might favor StuffnThings though.
That is true.
I don't know if I'm allowed to be biased as commentator.
He's a very experienced zipless runner, so a stationary item 1 does tend to favor StuffnThings. So yeah, like I said, if there were some mistakes made during, I think that fall to Dragon really hurt Prodigy. And so StuffnThings being the very consistent runner, while Prodigy can execute more of the zips and save time there, StuffnThings being the more consistent runner actually ended up paying off for him in the second race. So yeah, we're definitely seeing some excitement here.
Yeah, that's a good observation, and also the really unfortunate thing that happened to him where he mismenued to item 1, or perhaps he intended item 1. I'm not sure, but in Wily 4, when the elevator platform duped him and swapped his where he was standing, that was really unfortunate for Prodigy.
Right. Then the game over that happened, super unfortunate.
It's also interesting. I think our players tonight basically just swapped their times.
They did indeed.
It's like they're finishing at about the same amount of time, but just which one got which time.
I think you need to generate a new seed.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I think I bet item 1 won't be stationary, but it'll probably be insufferable for zips. I think that's my prediction. It won't be completely stationary, but maybe it'll despawn too quickly. And might even see an item lock. Who knows?
So our racers are getting their new seat. And I'm just gonna go ahead and look on each person's screen here to make sure that they have the correct seed. And it does indeed look like we have both runners both have the seed. So I think we are.
Release the floodgates.
All right, we're gonna get ready for our race 3. As soon as I get confirmation from these runners.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see a round 3 matchup. That tends to mean that our runners are fairly even in skill.
All right, race 3 is gonna get started any second. Yeah, it's really nice to see a couple runners who are very evenly matched. It gives you exciting races, and every mistake matters.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the skill in the randomizer is being able to quickly adapt to mitigating whatever is risky about your current situation.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Definitely, I think more so than other randomizers, since Mega Man 2 is so fast-paced, everything is coming at you so quickly. You really have to decide, do I want to jump here? Do I want to pause buffer here? Do I need to switch to an item here? Should I try item